Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we are diving deep into a very specific and frustrating issue in Red Dead Redemption 2. Many players, especially those using AMD hardware like the RX 5600 XT, have reported crashes during the John Marston marriage mission. We at Teknobalta analyzed this and identified two primary culprits: driver timeouts and script execution failures within the RAGE engine. The symptoms usually involve a long black screen followed by an AMD Adrenalin software error message. This happens because the GPU driver loses synchronization with the game's rendering pipeline during this specific scripted event. Furthermore, a secondary bug often prevents the proposed prompt from appearing, effectively soft-locking your progress. Don't worry, as we at Teknobalta have a comprehensive multi-step solution to get you through this mission and back into the game. Let's begin with the root cause analysis. The RX 5600 XT is a powerful card, but it can be sensitive to specific driver versions in Rockstar titles. When the game transitions to the marriage cutscene, the load on the VRAM and the shader compiler spikes significantly. If the driver is not perfectly compatible, it triggers a TDR, or timeout detection and recovery event. This results in the black screen you are seeing. Now, let's move to preparation and pre-checks. Before we change any drivers, we must ensure the game files themselves are not corrupted. Go to your game launcher, whether it is Steam, Epic, or Rockstar, and select Verify Integrity of Game Files. This ensures that no missing assets are causing the script to hang. Once the verification is complete, we need to perform a clean driver installation using DDU, which stands for Display Driver Uninstaller. We at Teknobalta always recommend DDU because it removes leftover registry keys that a standard uninstaller misses. Download the latest version of DDU and boot your PC into safe mode. In safe mode, run DDU and select Clean and Restart. This gives us a blank slate for the new driver. Now for the main solution path. Instead of the absolute latest driver, we recommend a stable WHQL version. WHQL stands for Windows Hardware Quality Labs, meaning these drivers have undergone rigorous testing for stability. If the latest WHQL driver still crashes, we at Teknobalta suggest rolling back to the previous stable version. Many users found that the previous Adrenalin release handles the RDR2 scripting engine much more reliably. Install the driver and restart your system. Now, let's address the in-game interaction glitch. Even with stable drivers, the proposed prompt might not appear due to a UI layer conflict. When you are at the point of the mission where you need to propose, follow this exact sequence we at Teknobalta have verified. First, cycle through your weapons using the 1 and 2 keys on your keyboard several times. This forces the game's animation and input handler to refresh its state. Next, press the V key to switch to the FPS, or first-person shooter perspective. While in FPS mode, look directly at the character and hold the right mouse button. This should force the propose option to appear on your screen. Once you trigger the interaction, the script will proceed and the crash should no longer occur. If you are still experiencing issues, let's look at alternative methods. Try switching the graphics API in the game settings. RDR2 supports both Vulkan and DX12. While Vulkan is generally better for AMD GPS, sometimes DX12 can bypass specific script-related crashes. Switch to DX12, restart the game, and try the mission again. Another tip is to disable any OSD or on-screen display software like MSI Afterburner during this mission. These overlays can sometimes interfere with the game's rendering hooks, leading to a driver timeout. For advanced optimization, we at Teknobalta recommend checking your Windows power plan. Ensure it is set to high performance to prevent the CPU from downclocking during the cutscene transition. Also, ensure your AMD Adrenalin settings are set to standard rather than gaming or esports for this specific mission. This disables features like Radeon anti-lag, which can occasionally cause timing issues in scripted events. By following these steps, you're addressing both the hardware driver stability and the software script triggers. We at Teknobalta have seen a high success rate with this combination of clean driver installs and the FPS mode workaround. Remember, technical troubleshooting is often about isolating variables until the solution is found. If one driver version doesn't work, don't hesitate to try the one immediately preceding it. In summary, verify files, use DDU, install a stable WHQL driver, and use the weapon cycle FPS trick in game. This technical approach ensures that your RX 5600 XT and Ryzen system are operating in harmony with the game's requirements. You are now ready to complete the marriage mission and continue your journey in the Wild West. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert technical solutions and hardware deep dives. We're here to ensure your gaming experience is as smooth and stable as possible. See you in the next one.